Welcome to the 2005 MHP Arnold Classic.
Brought to you by MHP, setting new standards in sports nutrition. And by IFSA Strongman. Hi again, everybody. I'm Doug Anderson. Joining me, former world champion Jamie Rees. And Jamie, as per usual, we've got a stellar lineup here.
Well, we've got some old guys, we've got the current champion, we've got some new guys like Van Hatfield from America, who's burst onto the scene this year. This is going to be a fantastic show, Doug.
Tell me about the big guys, Adrunas Savickas. 2 wins here at the Arnold Classic. Everybody's gunning for him.
Well, he's trying to make it a hat trick. I've been watching the guys warming up backstage. The European guys are just coming out of winter. This is the first competition. They're all in fantastic shape. They're all ready to go.
And we put together 6 grueling events over 2 days for these guys. And I'll tell you something, each event tests every athlete to their fullest.
Well, yeah, they're all designed to test different muscle groups. This one, the first event, is designed for upper body strength. And some of these guys are upper body specialists. We've got Hugo Girard, Glenn Ross, Zdrunas Savickas, and the current world champion, Vasil Varashchuk. There's a lot of pride at stake on this first event.
Yeah, not to mention, Jamie, $100,000 in prize money, and a new Hummer H3 goes to the winner. Let's get set for our first event. It's Apollin's Wheels. Apollin's Wheel. This unique barbell was made famous by turn-of-the-century strongman Louis Apollin Udi. The barbell resembles 2 train wheels welded together to a thick bar for a total weight of 366 pounds. Only 10 men have ever lifted it above their head. Jamie, Brian Sider's first ever strongman competition, Apollin's Wheel, is where he will start off his career in strongman. This guy has explosive power.
Yeah, as we said, he's the current IPF super heavyweight powerlifting champion. 26 years of age, 6'2", 335 pounds, a very tightly packed, explosive muscle, Brian Siders.
The only challenge I've heard about Brian Siders is that technique is going to play a big part. It's just a lack of experience right now in his first major competition.
Yeah, well, like we said, this is new territory for Brian Siders, but if base strength is anything to go on, he's got this in abundance, Doug.
Yeah, and when we say explosive power, that is from top to bottom.
Once again, a continental, very, very easily there. The press is effortless for Brian Siders. That was a fantastic lift.
Siders only 10 seconds to complete his first lift. Look at this, now to his second one. Siders presses out for number 2.
Well, we said Brian Siders was an explosive lifter. And he certainly exploded on this stage here with the Apollin's Wheel. Remember, the most we've ever seen this lifted before is 5 times. There's 30 seconds gone on the clock, and Brian Siders has already got 3 lifts.
Absolutely, Siders, 45 seconds gone, has 3 complete lifts. He has blown away the competition in the early going of Apollin's Wheel.
Well, as we said about upper body strength, Brian is the world record holder in the bench press. So he's very, very strong pressing, and that's evident here in the pressing. It seems to be effortless for Brian Siders.
4 complete reps for Siders, just under a minute left.
He's just getting his breath again. Here, Brian, putting some chalk on. The coaches are shouting to him, get your breath, Brian, take your time. He's got enough time for 1 more lift.
34 seconds left on the clock. Siders going for lift number 5. This will tie the world record in Apollin's Wheel. What a job getting it to the clean. Siders presses out, and a good lift, tying the record. He still has 15 seconds left.
This is a fantastic performance for Brian Siders.
10
doesn't get any bigger than this. This is the...
What a job, Jamie, by Brian Siders, coming out of the gate with explosive power.
Brian, that was incredible, unbelievable. Your powerlifting background obviously has helped you on this. Can you tell us how long you've been powerlifting?
10 years or so. 8 years competitively.
Wow, and you have the world record in the bench press, is that correct?
In the total.
Unbelievable, and now you have the world record in this as well, and this is your first year competing in strongman?
Yes.
So this is a good start, I'd say. Is this going to set the mood for the rest of the event?
Hopefully.
Yeah, good job. Thank you.
Jamie Vasyl Vedeschuk from the Ukraine, the current world champion. And when you talk upper body strength, he is the epitome. Look it up in the dictionary. His picture's beside it.
Yeah, he's got a very, very big bone structure, Vasyl, very broad, but he's also got huge legs as well. His legs measure 36 inches around. And when he's pressing, he uses his legs perfectly as he jerks. Gets a lot of strength from there, Vasyl. 30 years of age, Vasyl, 6'3", 340 pounds.
Only 30 years of age, beginning his 2 minutes now is Vasyl Vedeschuk.
The clock has started.
Well, that threw him off a little bit, but Vedeschuk, nice job corralling the weight and presses it up with relative ease.
Yeah, he used his legs as we said he would, Doug.
Look, he's hungry. He's ready to go again.
That was a good easy lift now. Vasyl's in the groove and he cleaned that straight to the shoulders.
Tremendous power from Vasyl Vedeschuk.
Well, he's taking no prisoners here, Doug. 30 seconds have gone and that's 2 lifts for Vasyl.
Explosive power right from the floor, Jamie.
Well, the second rep, he took it straight up to his shoulders.
Vasyl again goes right to the shoulders. 1:15 left on the clock. Oh, he's unable to get the press on that one. Holds it there again, tries it, and powers up.
Another nice lift. That's 3 lifts for Vasyl, and he's got a minute left.
Jamie, for these guys, how much do training partners and coaching come into it?
Well, they play a big part, Doug. Very big part. They need all the support in the gym of the training partners, obviously the spotters. Most of the guys travel as well with a coach. Here goes Vasyl for number 4.
Still 40 seconds left on the clock. Vasyl, plenty of time.
Using the legs again, up Vasyl and a dip. And that's number 4. He's got 30 seconds left. He needs one more lift to tie Brian Siders.
Well, Siders put on a clinic early on with 5 repetitions, tying the world record. Now it's Vasyl Vedeschuk. 15 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have to hurry. Nice job getting it to the chest.
He's got 9 seconds left. Nice and stable.
Great press out.
Fantastic.
Vasyl Vedeschuk tying Brian Siders as time expires.
Well, he timed that perfectly there, Doug.
Just like you said, Jamie, Vasyl Vedeschuk took his time between lifts. What a job as you look at it again.
You see he's nice and stable here. Uses his thighs, jerks up the weight, just pops under it, lock out, and that's another nice clean lift.
Heck of a job from the big 30-year-old from the Ukraine, Vasyl Vedeschuk. Always a fan favorite. Sven Karlsson steps up. 6'3", 330 pounds, and he hasn't looked in better shape in quite some time. He looks fabulous.
Yeah, he looks nice and lean here, Sven. Remember, he's last year's runner-up. I'm sure he'd like to jump one place and win this. Another explosive guy. Once again, the clean straight up to the shoulders. Let's see the press. Nice job from Sven Karlsson. Very workmanlike there. He's got the rhythm now. The clock's away.
Wow, under 15 seconds, and he's moving into his second rep. Already made the clean. Boy, Sven Karlsson is on a torrid pace.
Just taking a breather here. That was 2 reps in 30 seconds for Sven. Got to get his composure again, going down. Not as high this time with a clean. Has to continental the bar up to his shoulders. Here comes the press. Struggling a little bit to lock it, but he's got it. That's 3 lifts for Sven Karlsson and a minute to go.
Exactly, Sven Karlsson, 3 reps in the first minute. Only Brian Siders was able to accomplish that. He finished with 5 complete reps.
Sven putting some chalk there on his chest. He doesn't want the bar to slip. He knows this is a crucial lift now.
Down to 40 seconds on the clock.
Well, I think Sven's just going to run the clock down and get one good lift here. Struggling a little bit this time on the Continental. But he's got it. It's up there, it's right. Can he press it? No, he throws it down.
Still with 24 seconds left on the clock. Sven Karlsson may just walk away and let the final 20 seconds tick away.
Well, he doesn't look injured. He's looking at the clock.
No, he will walk away. Sven Karlsson, 3 lifts in the first minute. And that's good to put him around middle of the pack right now, Jamie.
Yeah, you just watch on this lift here with Sven on the press, struggling to lock it out. This is his last repetition. Once again waiting for the signal, and down. Sven ends with 3 good lifts.
And he is standing by with Tammy.
Sven, 3 good lifts. That's good. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do this 10 kilo lighter this year, so I will come back in the other events.
Right.
So it's not too bad.
And do you have any jet lag? I know you traveled far. Did you come a couple days early?
No, I never had a problem coming here, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, out comes the heaviest man of the competition at around 400 pounds, Big Daddy Glenn Ross from Ireland.
Jamie, Glenn Ross, tremendous shoulders on this man.
Yeah, Glenn excels at static strength when his feet are just planted into the floor, and this is an ideal event for Glenn. 33 years old at the moment, Glenn, 6'1", and as I said before, 400 pounds body weight.
In 2004, he won Europe's and UK's strongest man.
That's a good clean. Once again, like Hugo being so big in the upper body, Glenn struggling, but presses that out with no legs at all.
That was all shoulders and triceps. Gets it to the shoulder again. And again, Glenn has trouble getting that left arm into place. Right at the end of Apollo's wheel, but again, presses out nicely with 1:25 left on the clock.
Like on that rep, he never used his legs at all, Doug. That was just a standing press. That takes tremendous back strength as well, because that's got to keep his legs and upper body stable. This is just brute strength by Glenn Ross. He's just manhandling those wheels, but he's struggling on the press now. He's fighting this one. He can't get that, and it's down.
Glenn Ross with 2 clean reps to his credit.
Might just be struggling on the endurance, Glenn. But once again, he's trying to press it with no legs. It's up. Tremendous tricep power there for Glenn Ross.
There is the 3rd rep for a very happy Glenn Ross.
2 seconds left for Glenn.
Well, the big
3 good
Irishman.
solid lifts.
Jamie, take a look at that one more time. That 3rd one was a massive one.
Yeah, you can see it's just a standing press. He leans back, fighting the lift here. In come the triceps, and he locks it out. Good lift for Glenn.
365 pounds, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall. This 29-year-old Jamie is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, he's the defending champion. The most he's ever lifted these wheels is 5 times. Brian Siders just matched that earlier. He got 5 lifts. So now there's a lot of pressure on Zydrunas here. He knows to win this event, he's got to get at least 5 good lifts and another clean. Nice and stable here. Let's see the press. Very easy for Zydrunas. That's 10 seconds and 1 good lift already under his belt.
Jamie, when you talk about raw power, you look at a guy like Zydrunas Savickas.
He's a big man, Doug. He's 375 pounds, 6'3". He's a huge guy. But on top of that as well, he's very athletic, he's a good athlete, and he's a good strongman.
23.5-inch biceps. That's going to help him on the press.
Yeah, you can see here using the arm strength, just a continental it up. The press, very, very easy, and a very powerful lockout. That's 3 lifts, and he's got 1 minute and 15 seconds left. The question is here, Doug, can he make 6 lifts and take the first event away from Brian Siders?
And set a new world record in the process.
Georgia coming to you if he knocks us down.
You know, you talked about Vasil Vedeschuk being all business, but Zydrunas Savickas has come out with 1 goal and 1 goal in mind, and that is win Apollo's Wheel. The first event is a key for him.
Yeah, he knows this is a strong event for him. It's important to get as many points on the board as he can. This is to equal Brian Siders. Very easy. 34 seconds left. Can he get 1 more lift here, Doug, and take this first event? He's chalking up, he's taking his time. It's just another day in the office for Zydrunas. No emotion on his face at all.
Savickas, under 20 seconds. Gets it to the shoulder for the clean. Will he be able to power it up? 10 seconds left. Savickas sets the world record.
Fantastic performance there from the defending champion from Lithuania, Zydrunas Savickas. Being congratulated there by the organisers.
Jamie, take a look at the world setting pace.
Yeah, you see here, he's nice and composed, very relaxed. Pops up the clean, no mistakes, and a nice clean press for the world record. 6 reps.
Still the man to beat. Zydrunas Savickas is with Tammy.
Is that what you went out there in your head thinking you were going to do?
Yeah, because last record was mine also, and I training hard. And in training I lift 5 reps, and I know that in competition I can lift 1 more.
Good stuff. And is that because the adrenaline, does that give you extra power?
Course. Big crowd. As a guy is very strong, and you have to lift best.
And you did. Good job.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So here's how the scoreboard looks after event number 1, Apollo's Wheel. Zydrunas Savickas leads the way. Vasil Vedeschuk sitting in 2nd spot. Newcomer Brian Siders picks up 3rd spot, and Sven Karlsson is sitting in 4th. What an opening round.
Up next, we have the Hummer Deadlift, an unbelievable event where they are lifting sometimes up to 800 pounds, which would equal the same as lifting these 2 strong men.
So Sven Karlsson, 878 pounds is what he will attempt.
You can tell the strongest crowd.
Once again, plenty of chalk on the hands. He doesn't want to slip.
Jamie, how tough is it for these guys to go up? Like, he's going up 62 pounds. That's a pretty big jump.
It is a big jump indeed, but remember, most of the guys, they know exactly what they can lift from the training. They just got to go out and try and duplicate that lift.
Was their first go-round really just to get used to the apparatus?
Yeah, it's just an easy opener. Feel the way in, get the groove on the deadlift. Here goes Sven, pulls in, a little more difficult. He locks it down, gets the signal from Mark Henry and Eddie Cohen, the chief referees, and that's a good second attempt for Sven Karlsson.
878 pounds, what a job from Sven Karlsson.
2-time IPF world champion, 26-year-old West Virginia known, first ever strongman competitor, Brian Siders.
Yep.
The clock has begun. Brian,
Well, here's the competition and a competitor. This guy will be right at home. Brian Siders at 878 pounds, and again, sniffing the ammonia, clear the head.
Yeah, they clear the head. It helps them get psyched up. Plenty of chalk again. He doesn't want to slip. Gives him a good grip. He's shouting for the crowd for some encouragement. Brian knows this is a very important lift. 878 pounds, and it's his second attempt.
you folks want to see him pull this?
This lift will put Siders into the lead with
Come on, Bob. A lot of hips.
Sven Karlsson. 878.
That was so easy.
Not much difficulty there. Brian Siders
I'll tell you what, Doug. This guy, Brian Siders, is freakishly strong. Everything looks so easy.
A true workmanlike effort from Siders. Walks up, steps up, takes 2 or 3 seconds, and powers it up for a victory.
This is the contest he looks forward to all year long.
Well, here comes the current champion, Zydrunas Savickas, at the same weight that Brian Siders has just pulled, 878 pounds.
Eating his extra bowls of Wheaties, he's had an extra hamburger or 2 leading up to this contest, or 2.
We've seen this guy before, go over 900 pounds with these wheels.
This is the second attempt.
He's really making sure those straps are tight now. You can see him winding them round the bar.
From 829, now 878 for Zydrunas Savickas.
That's nice and tight now, that strap. It pulls, drives.
Very smooth from Savickas.
Boy, he and Siders just seem to be attacking the apparatus.
Once again, Mark Phillippe sniffing some ammonia to clear the head. Psyching himself up here, speaking to himself.
So Phillippe makes his way into the stage. Here he comes. First man over 900 pounds, Jamie, and this is going to separate a lot of the men from the boys.
This is a huge lift for Mark. 900.5, second attempt. Once again, putting the straps on nice and tight.
Phillippe, the winner of this event last year, has something to prove to his fellow competitors.
Here we go, 900 pounds. Mark Phillippe.
Hips. Phillippe, nice job. Very smooth getting it up.
Goodness gracious.
That was a very good lift from Mark Phillippe.
Great job, Mark. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stage.
Here comes Ireland's Glen Ross to the stage, weighing in at 400 pounds, but he's going to attempt 933 pounds. Now that is over a 100-pound jump in weight, Jamie.
It is a big jump in weight, but he must have felt very confident on his earlier lift to make this kind of jump. Remember, the world record on this event is held by Carl Gillingham's brother, Brad, and it's set at 975 pounds.
Down. Very smooth and good at 933 pounds. He looks like he's got a lot more left in him.
Yeah, that looked a comfortable lift there for Glenn. That brings round 2 to a close. £878 for Carl Gillingham as he steps up to the bar. Yeah, and as we said, the record on these wheels of 975 pounds is held by Carl's brother Brad. That's the official record on this equipment.
Get under it and use your hips.
And this is Carl's third and final attempt at 878 pounds.
Come on.
Really concentrating here, Carl Gillingham.
Chest, hips.
He's got it past the knees and up. That is good for Carl Gillingham. Boy, is he happy. 878 pounds.
He knows that was a testing lift.
So Vasil Vereshchuk looks to join Zydrunas Savickas and Mark Phillippe. Glen Ross and Mark Phillippe in the 900 club. Vasil at 900 pounds. Once again, he goes through his same mental preparations he went through on the first 2 lifts.
Yeah, he's a very methodical lifter. Vasil Vereshchuk, everything's got to be right. His foot position.
1 minute remaining.
Putting the straps on nice and tight here for this attempt of 900 pounds.
He has to be able to see himself accomplishing this task.
The progress that Vasil has made on this lift, Doug, it's been outstanding. He's put around 200 pounds on his lift from last year.
Here we go.
900 pounds for Vasil Vereshchuk.
Boy, a lot of difficulty. If he can get it to the knees, you know he's got the upper body strength and the back strength to be able to pull it up.
Come on.
Lots of time.
Having to sit deep and use those legs. But no, it's too heavy.
So Vasil Chuck, unable to complete 900 pounds. His best lift will be 856. Sven Karlsson to take on the bar at 917 pounds. Looking to join that 900-pound club of Mark Philippi and Glenn Ross.
Yeah, this is an important lift here for Sven Karlsson.
Come on, Sven. No
Getting
stop.
psyched up now, getting the breath in.
1 minute.
Here he goes.
Chest, put it.
Wasting no time, Sven Karlsson gets it up. 917 pounds and hangs on for an extra second.
Yeah, that's a good lift there. He's delighted with that, Sven Karlsson. 917 pounds.
So Sadrunas Savikas of Lithuania will come in at 917 pounds as well. That'll join Sven Karlsson at 917. You know, Jamie, Savikas was so easily through the first two lifts. You got to believe that he could have gone beyond 917.
Yeah, well, he knows he's got to make sure of this lift and hope that a couple of the other guys miss their attempts. I think he's going to nail this. He's very confident with this weight, and I don't think he wants to gamble, Doug.
Savikas, no problem at 917 pounds.
Well, I think he had some more left there. I think he'll be kicking himself. It looked like he could have gone around 940 pounds after that lift.
Please welcome to the stage, two-time IPL Super World Champion, Brian Cameron Siders from West Bygone, Virginia. Attempting weight is 933.5.
Well, Brian Siders has come in at 933.5 pounds, Jamie, and if he can finish this one off, that will put a lot of pressure on Glenn Ross and Mark Philippi.
It will indeed. This is a crucial lift, but it's a position in powerlifting that Brian Siders has been in before. He knows how to apply the pressure on the other lifters.
We've talked about him being a true workman-like effort. He gets in, gets set, and does his job.
Here he goes, winding it up at 933 pounds, and that was easy.
Is there no limit to the strength of Brian Siders? What a job at 933.5 pounds. Look at that one more time, Jamie.
Yeah, you can see he sits in, very explosive, and boom. Brian Siders looks like he could be the guy who takes this event next time over 1,000 pounds.
Well, Brian Siders is standing by with our own Tammy Tyson.
Brian, this is looking so easy. Is it as easy as it looks?
The apparatus is complicated, but it's a lot easier than I expected. It's not like a bar that doesn't whip. If you use the whip right, it can help your pounds a lot. So
this is your first competition, and are you surprised at all with how well you are doing so far?
Well, in powerlifting, I think the powerlifting events really helped this event here. So the international competition I'm used to is similar. So
well, it's great. We love watching you. Thanks.
Well, Brian Siders was good at 933.5 pounds. Mark Philippi's going to go for 950 pounds.
Yeah, this is big deadlift in here with Mark Philippi. Only 25 pounds short of the world record on this apparatus, Mark Philippi here. And his last lift of 900.5 pounds looked pretty easy.
Push. Come on, bud. Up.
He's got it off the ground, past the knees, up, and locks out. What a job at 950 pounds from Mark Philippi.
Yeah, fantastic lifting from Mark Philippi here. You can see he's working really hard over the knee to the lockout. He locks it out and screams with delight. That's a fantastic lift for Mark Philippi of 950 pounds.
It'll be interesting to see if Mark goes for a fourth attempt at a world record. He's standing by with Tammy.
Do you think you're going to go for a fourth attempt and a world record?
We'll see what Glenn does. He's strong today, so.
And how about you? Do you feel strong today?
Yeah, I feel strong. It's just You know, I wanted to make him earn it and see if he pulls this. We'll take a look and see what it looks like and make our decision. So.
Thanks.
He doesn't just lift the weights, he lifts a lot of other things. But this is his thing. Come on, get it together for Big Daddy!
Here comes Big Daddy. Big Glenn Ross of Ireland. He's set to take on a world record lift, 977.5 pounds. That's 2.5 pounds more than the current world record set by Brad Gillingham.
Yeah, not only does it give him the world record, it gives him the win at this event. The most weight we've seen moved on this deadlift today is 950 pounds from Mark Philippi. So this one's for all the marbles with Glenn Ross, a win and a world record.
Philippi has put the pressure at 950 pounds and successful. Square in the shoulders of Glenn Ross. He's up and good at a world record. 977.5 pounds for Ireland's Glenn Ross.
Very good lift in there from Glenn Ross.
Well, Jamie, take a look at that one more time from Glenn Ross. What a great effort.
Yeah, and the interesting thing on this lift is not even wearing a belt. He pulls it up, he works hard at the lockout, but that's a good lift for Glenn Ross and a world record.
Unbelievable. How do you feel? Tell us a little bit.
Well, breaking world records is what the daddy's about. And when it comes to deadlifting, I am the daddy!
Yeah, you bet he is.
After two events, Adrunas Savickas continues to lead the way, a half-point lead over Glenn Ross and Brian Siders. Savickas with 16.5, Siders and Ross with 16, Carlson with 13.5. MHP's Arnold Classic. MHP setting new standards in sports nutrition. Also brought to you by IFSA Strongman. So Magnus Samuelsson, the first man to take on the medicine ball throw. And Jamie, this is a very tough event and technique has a lot to play.
Yeah, this is all about explosive power, Doug, throwing. They've got to transfer the power through the legs, back, and into their arms and get this medicine ball as high as possible.
And he touches it.
Oh, that's a good clearance there for Magnus Samuelsson. You see the ball going up, and it hits the board, and it's a successful attempt there for Magnus. He'll be delighted with that.
He sure will be, Jamie. Magnus Samuelsson, good at 16.5 feet. He's with Tammy.
Unbelievable. This is easy for you. Your height plays a factor in this event, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm actually really nervous every throw I make because I'm so scared of pulling with my arms since all this biceps tears problem. But I had a really, really rough morning in the first two events, and I'm not used to lose points that bad, so I just have to make up some ground, and hopefully I will catch them all tomorrow.
Yeah, and did the first two events drain you at all? Obviously not. You're doing great. You feel good. You feel strong for the rest.
I've been really strong in the gym lately, but all these events are so heavy. So if you start to mess things up a bit, and you have to work on it for 20-30 seconds, then the whole power is gone. And I'll just enjoy myself and have a great time here, and I'll just try my best in every event.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we will now raise the platform height to 17 feet. This is world record height.
Vasil Vereschuk.
17 feet.
At 17 feet. This will be a world record height if he hits it.
Once again, Vasil taking his time, wants to make sure everything's right. It'll be one big swing.
Oh, Vasil grabbed his left arm. You got to wonder if it's... You heard him scream in pain right after. He's had a sore arm the whole competition. You got to wonder if that just aggravated the injury a little more, Jamie.
Well, he screamed in pain. At first, I thought he was just mad at himself for missing the attempt. But he was actually screaming in pain with that left bicep, I believe.
Second attempt at a world record for Vasil Vereschuk, the current world champion.
Well, he's got some heavy strap in there, you can see underneath his support on that bicep.
That will come up shy as well for Vasil Vereshchuk as he bends over in pain.
Yeah, he winced in agony there. You could see the pain, and he bends over with that bicep. You can see he's really hurting there, Vasil.
A heavily taped left bicep of Vasil Vereshchuk. The current leader, Žydrūnas Savikis of Lithuania.
No one has successfully thrown 17 feet as of yet.
Savikis, probably one of the few men in this competition who can hit 17 feet, and he comes up just shy.
Well, that was very, very close there for Žydrūnas. He's got one more attempt, and he's going over to re-choke, make sure everything's right. He knows if he hits this, it could be a winning height for him.
With Vasil taking third as he went to the skip, 16.5 feet, and both of the other remaining competitors successfully through the height.
Second attempt for Savikis. And he touches 17 feet, setting a new world record. Žydrūnas Savikis.
Yeah, you see on the replay here, he bends over, really drives, good long swing for this successful attempt and record.
Well, Magnus Samuelsson says 17 feet may be a new world record, but I think I could do 17 feet 6 inches. How about that, Jamie?
Well, yeah, you know Magnus needs the points. He had 2 disastrous attempts.
Actually, Magnus Samuelsson.
You can see the side of Magnus's neck there, where it's red, where Brian Schoenfeld, one of the coaches, actually slapped him to psych him up. You can see the big handprint there on the back of his neck.
This year, just like it did last year to win the event. It's all up to the big Swede. Do you want to say win this event?
Here's the giant Swede, then Magnus Samuelsson.
Samuelsson psyching himself up. Well, so far he's gone with one swing and a toss. Samuelsson, here it goes. 17 feet 6 inches for Magnus Samuelsson. And he eclipses the new world record set by Žydrūnas Savikis.
Well, that was a terrific throw there. It hits the board, and maybe Magnus has got 18 feet in him today, who knows?
The number of throws you take to do it doesn't matter. We go higher if we both do it. If one does it 2 throws and the other does it the first throw, a draw. Okay? No.
Well, this is a height that's never been achieved before, 18 feet.
You know, Žydrūnas is so strong when he lets his actions speak for him. He may be doing a bit of showmanship, holding back a little bit, stand back, just teasing you
The
guys.
last one that Magnus did was 17. And if Žydrūnas misses this one, then Magnus wins. Does that sound right to anybody?
No.
That's what Marcel said.
That's not what our announcer in house is saying. Žydrūnas Savikis getting set for his second attempt, Jamie, and this is a very important one for him.
It is. He's got to wind up, and there it goes, and it's inches short there.
Well, Magnus Samuelsson will win the event. Here comes Samuelsson.
Magnus Samuelsson, 18 feet.
Just shy, but he'll get a second crack at it.
He's just turned around there and looked at his coach. And his coach says, you've got to get it, Magnus. You're about half a hinge short.
Show him how to do it for you. Come on now. Douglas Evans, the godfather of strongman, the man who's perhaps kept our sport together over the last 2 or 3 decades.
So Samuelsson on his second and final attempt.
Well, he's psyched up now, Samuelsson. This is his final attempt. Can he make it? The giant Swede.
Down. Up. Doesn't touch.
Fantastic effort there by Magnus Samuelsson.
Thanking the crowd as well as they're appreciative of the effort from Magnus Samuelsson.
Here you see, he winds it up. Big throw. Once again. Just misses by the closest of margins for Magnus Samuelsson.
Samuelsson and Savickas end up in a first-place tie. And they are with Tammy Tyson.
Good job, you guys. How was that tension? Did it feel really tense when you were competing for the last one?
I was tired for last because a lot throwing and I was in last was tired.
Well, yeah, you worked hard today. And both of you look so calm the whole time. Some of the guys get so stressed out. Were you as calm on the inside as you looked on the outside?
Even calmer.
Really?
No, but we done this for so many years, so there is a time for everything. When you're up there, that's where you're going to fire.
Right.
Everything else is just fun and enjoyment.
Well, it was great watching you guys. Thanks so much.
Break through all barriers to extreme.
You competed in the first ever World's Strongest Man, and what was your placing during that event?
I came 4th place. I won 2 events. I was very excited to be part of it because I've always admired strength and power. And this is the first time to be in an event that really shows power. That's why they're setting up now, because this is a true test of power and courage and shows what the real men can do.
For sure it does. And how has strongman changed from that long ago till now? What are the differences? And
well, the lifts are much more difficult, especially they're picking up different objects, heavier things. And not only that, the guys are much stronger today because of different kind of training, the nutrition, the technique. And I would hate to compete today, but if you put the clock back 25 years, I'll be out there competing because it's fun.
It is fun, isn't it? Thank you so much.
Thank you. You keep smiling because you're part of the show here.
Thank you.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
After 3 events in a jam-packed Columbus Center, I'll tell you something. These 10 athletes have been put to the test. And I'll tell you something, Jamie, you gotta believe that Savickas is on a roll. He wants his 3rd consecutive win here at the Arnold Classic.
He made his intentions clear, Doug, from the word go. He came out, a world record. He pressed it more than anybody else. That was a win under the belt. He placed very high in the deadlift, but once again, we had another record with Glenn Ross. He's got Chuck, Sven Carlson breathing down his neck. It's not over by any means here, Doug.
3 events, 3 world records. How about that?
Well, the guys are just getting better each year. You know, the prize money's going up. There's a lot more to play for here each time.
Who can chase down Savickas? Sven Carlson's been in 2nd spot a couple of times. You know he wants to win this event. It's really the only big one he hasn't won before.
Well, you know he's going to finish strong too on these last 3 events. He knows all the disciplines, he's trained them, he's not injured, he's ideally placed.
Jamie, tell me about Brian Siders. As a former world champion, does he have what it takes to compete at this level?
Well, we always knew that Brian Siders had the base strength from his powerlifting. He's an IPF world record holder and champion, but the question was, could he apply his tools to this kind of trade? And the answer is yes, he can.
Absolutely. For my partner, Jamie Reeves, for Tammy Tyson, I'm Doug Anderson. Thanks for joining us from Columbus, Ohio, and MHP's 2005 Arnold Classic. Don't forget, visit us on the web at ipsastrongman.com. This has been a Fox Sportsnet production in association with IFSA Strongman. Welcome to the 2005 MHP Arnold Classic. Brought to you by MHP, setting new standards in sports nutrition, and by IFSA Strongman. From the Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio, it's MHP's 2005 Arnold Classic. We've got 10 of the top competitors worldwide, 6 grueling events, This is a tremendous battle. Hi again, everybody. I'm Doug Anderson. Joining me is former world champion Jamie Reeves, and Jamie, Zydrunas Savickas in day one put on a clinic for these guys.
He did. He made his intentions clear, Doug. He's out there in first place again, and the rest of the pack are barking at his heels now.
What about Sven Karlsson? He's finished second a couple of times. This is really the only big event of his career that he has not won.
Yeah, but he's ideally placed now. He's not too far away from Savickas. If he's going to make a serious challenge, his charge has got to begin with this next event.
Newcomer Brian Siders, what an explosive effort on day one. Can he continue that through the final three events?
Oh, I think he can. He's got the base strength. You know, there were question marks over Brian coming in here at first because he's just come from powerlifting. But he's really adjusting to these events very, very quickly.
Well, Jamie, as a former world champion, tell me what's going through Vereshchuk's mind right now as he currently sits in second spot.
Well, we know he's got an injured bicep. That's got to be playing on his mind a little bit, but he's the type of guy who's not going to give in. He's warming up backstage. Once again, he's not too far away from Savickas, and he's got to make a charge now for this title.
Well, Tammy Tyson is standing by. She has an update on Vasil Vereshchuk.
Vasil received a forearm and elbow injury earlier on during his training session when he was training the medicine ball, and it's affecting him during this competition. But he is still in second place and feels strongly that he can get into first and win this competition.
The inch dumbbell, the one-handed overhead dumbbell lift. It's a big handle, 2.5 inches in diameter. How many times can you put it over your head in a 90-second time limit? All right, Jamie, here comes Hugo Girard from Canada. This is his first event of day two. He's got 90 seconds to put up as many reps of the inch dumbbell, weighing 172 pounds. Now, Hugo's got tremendous upper body strength. This is an event geared for him.
It is indeed, and he needs the points, Doug. He's in last place at the moment after 3 bad events. But this should suit Hugo's massive upper body and shoulder power. Here he goes.
What? On you go. Easy.
Nice balance there from Hugo Girard.
3.
And at last it looks like this event's going to suit the big Canadian.
4.
Nice easy presses there.
Now it's very tough to keep control of the weight because of the large handle, 2.47 inches in diameter.
Yeah, it's very difficult to grip it. Hugo puts it down.
He's still got 50 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to re-chalk and tack it again. Would he switch arms now?
Yeah, I think he's got to switch arms up to his right hand. This should be strong arm. You see he's stretching his arm out at the other side to get his balance.
7.
But this is very, very strict control lifting from Hugo Girard, and it's very powerful too.
8 reps are clean for Hugo Girard of Canada.
9. Take it down, take it down, take it down. Take it down a little bit, yeah.
Here he goes, he's struggling a little bit, it's gone backwards. He lost his balance a little bit there.
Absolutely, with 10 seconds left on the clock. Hugo will probably just run out of time. He's going to try to maybe pop one more up. 5 seconds
got 5
left.
seconds now, here he goes. One more good rep for Hugo.
And holds it up for posterity. Hugo Girard. And that's the kind of effort Hugo Girard needs to kick off day two, Jamie.
Yeah, that was a good result.
Take a look at it one more time in the replay, Jamie.
You see here on this one, he gets it up. He starts to lose his balance, going backward a little bit, loses momentum, and the dumbbell drops down.
Those 22-inch biceps of Hugo Girard really came up big for him there. He's with Tammy Tyson.
Hugo, this competition, it's been a little rough, but this event is your event. Do you feel good about it?
You know what? I'm going to wait to see the other competitors. But you know what? Very awkward. It's definitely not my best showing. I've done better also in training, so things are not going my way today.
Okay, and when you went into this event, did you have a number in your head that you were trying to reach?
That was 10. So I reached that number. So now let the rest catch it.
Okay, thank you.
Big Daddy Glenn Ross, 6'1", 400 pounds, and this is an event suited directly for his strength, Jamie.
It is indeed. Glenn Ross likes these static events. We saw him perform really well on the deadlift, taking that world record at 977 pounds. And here again, we've got a static event, just relying on shoulder power. Very well suited to Glenn Ross.
And became a fan favorite with his intensity yesterday here at the Arnold Classic.
Well, he definitely gets psyched up. He's just receiving orders from the referee. But I'm sure Glenn will thrive at this kind of event. Asking for support from the crowd here, getting psyched up Glenn Ross, and away we go.
1, 2, hold it down, 3, take it down.
Glenn Ross, 3 quick reps.
You see again on this press, Glenn Ross is not using his legs. It's just a direct strength press.
5 reps with 110 to go. Everything done with the right arm from Glenn Ross.
That's 7 reps so far.
Just breaking the 1-minute barrier. Glenn Ross, plenty of time to try to take down Hugo Girard's 10 reps.
And once again, he's having trouble with the left arm.
45 seconds remaining.
Drifting back again. Can he control it? Yes, he can.
That's his 8th rep. 35 seconds left on the clock for Big Glenn Ross. Big Daddy said he's just 2 reps away from the lead.
But the clock's ticking down now. He's got 25 seconds left. And remember, he's only using his right arm. He can't press it with his left. There's going to be a lot of fatigue and lactic acid in that right-hand side for Glenn Ross.
There's his 9th rep. Glenn Ross looking to go for the tie with Hugo Girard. Only 10 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this is it on his left hand now, Doug.
Can he get it out? Yes, he does. There is the 10th rep to tie him for first place. Big Daddy Glenn Ross.
Well, he's milking the crowd here, Glenn. He knows at the moment that's good enough to equal first place with Hugo Girard. You see here on his last lift with his left hand, it drifts out a little bit, but he controls it, good stability, presses it, and that's his 10th rep.
Big Daddy gets it up for 10 reps to tie Hugo Girard for current top spot in the inch dumbbell.
Unbelievable, 10 repetitions, and the crowd loves you. How motivating is that?
Just keep telling you, this is a daddy event. This is strongman, pure power, and this is where the daddy comes through. I am the daddy!
Jamie, the big surprise in day 1 was that man, Brian Siders. What a job he did in day 1 as he currently sits behind only Sven Karlsson, Vasil Bereshchuk, and Zydrunas Savickas. You gotta believe that if he performs well in the opening event of day 2, he may be on his way to challenging Savickas.
He will indeed, Doug. I think Brian Siders has impressed us all with his strength, his attitude. He's a very, very quiet man.
When you're on top, wait for you to say down or number. Okay.
I think Brian Siders could seriously challenge 10 repetitions here. He was very strong in the shoulders in the Apollon's axle.
You don't do it down and you do it to the rod. I'll call your rep. Okay. You wait here. Tell me you're ready and I'll start the clock. Okay. Tell me you're ready.
Overall, Brian Siders.
Get ready. Good luck.
The inch dumbbell, weighing 172 pounds, 2.47-inch diameter handle, and Siders is attacking it out of the gate.
Look at his power, he's pressing out, no legs. Tremendous lifting again from Brian Siders.
As with all the other competitors, it's all been the balance of the apparatus that has hindered them.
Playing time. 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining.
Down to the 1-minute barrier for Brian Siders. Will he switch arms to the left hand? Yes, he will. And looks very smooth doing it.
He does indeed. Like I said, he's impressed us all, Brian Siders. And this is tremendous lifting again. He's only halfway. 42 seconds left. And already 7 good repetitions from Brian Siders.
There's Siders' 8th rep. 1 rep Glenross and Hugo Girard. Now we have a three-way tie. One more for the lead. Siders looking to put it up with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Trying to take the lead. Currently a three-way tie.
15 seconds, Yellow. Go try and get it.
Currently a three-way tie.
Couldn't do it. Brian Siders could not get it up for the 11th rep. Took one crack at it, and time will expire.
Well, we see here he needs this 11th one. It's the last one. He knows the clock's ticking down. He's off the platform. It pushes and it drifts out front and crashes down on the stage.
Well, for the fourth consecutive event, Brian Siders puts on a show for the hometown American fans, and he's with Tammy.
Brian, did you come into this event thinking, I've got to get 11? How much does the mental come into this competition?
I wasn't sure. I figured I was good for 10. That's what I got. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and did you expect the support that you're getting from the crowd? The crowd is so exciting and loving you.
I really appreciate it. I didn't expect it. That's the best thing so far about strongman.
Stick around.
We've got three leaders at 10 repetitions leading the way in the inch dumbbell. 172 pounds over the head. And here is the current world champion, Vasil Vereshchuk, who's battling a bicep injury.
Well, it's on his left arm. It's his left bicep, and I know Vasil's right-handed. I don't think Vasil will attempt to press with the left arm at all. I think it's going to be all right hand for Vasil here.
And all three guys that were able to complete 10 repetitions did at least 1 or 2 reps with their opposite arm, so that may cost him in the long run.
Indeed it will. I think he's got to use the time, Doug, here. Maybe the technique for Vasil, just a couple of reps, put it down, take a break, then go again.
Go. Ready? And then you go. Ready, and I say go. Okay?
Guys, the world's strongest man said he won 2 weeks.
Now, Vasil, a former shot putter, Jamie, that training and all that experience from shot put has got to help him in an event like this. He's used to corralling a weight up around the head area.
He is, but, you know, not 172 pounds, Doug. There's a lot of other muscles come into play here for stability. The lumbar muscles, the back, the legs. But we know Vasil's very strong overhead, and this could be another event that suits him. He's gone to the left arm straight away.
He's going to try to at least get 1 or 2 early on from the left arm. There's 1. Look at the massive bruising in the elbow area of Vasil Vereshchuk, heavily taped.
Well, it doesn't seem to be stopping him, Doug, because that's 3 reps already with his badly bruised left bicep.
Vasil able to push out for his 4th rep. 50 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time as rep number 5 goes up.
Now, can he get 5 with the right arm? He's looking at the clock.
He knows he's got a lot of time left. He's getting the crowd into it. Here is the current world champion, Vasil Vereshchuk.
Show what you can do with your strong arm. Number 6, I believe.
7 good reps from Vereshchuk. 20 seconds left on the clock. Jamie, he only needs 2 more to tie for first.
But it's looking more difficult now. That was the hardest rep so far.
Unable to get number 10. Vereshchuk still has 8 seconds.
Lots of time is good.
Can't get up number 10. Vasil Vereshchuk will finish with 9 repetitions and a heck of an effort. Jamie, take a look at that one more time.
Yeah, you can see here, he struggles on number 9 to lock it. The fatigue's starting to set in. And number 10 is just 1 too far.
So Vasil Vereshchuk just sits behind our 3 leaders with 10 reps. He finishes off with 9. Zydrunas Savickas is up next. He's the current overall leader and and the two-time and defending champion.
Make sure it's a bit, you know, the ear. And then,
Boy, Jamie, he's got his work cut out for him now with 10 reps. A lofty goal to beat.
It is indeed, but as we said before, the upper body like the Apollon's wheel. Savickas came to the front in that event. Can he do it again here and get 11 reps and take another event? This looks comfortable. Easy press, just wetting a little bit with the stability then.
Savickas with number 3. He has the crowd into it, counting along. That's his 5th rep with his right arm.
1 full minute remaining.
Get some more oxygen into the bloodstream. He'll switch. No, he's going to stay with the right arm, Jamie.
Yeah, he took a little rest there, but it's all one-sided at the minute for Savickas. He's struggling once again a little bit. The fatigue's coming in. Wise move here, having a little break.
7 repetitions, still 40 seconds left on the clock. He needs 3 good reps to join the leaders.
Well, his coach is shouting from the side, change hands. But that's proving a bit of a problem for Zydrunas. He's got 20 seconds left on the clock now.
Goes back to his right arm. Savickas can't power it up. Stuck at 7 reps, and he went through 7 reps with still 46 seconds left on the clock.
Well, are we seeing a chink here in Savickas' armor? This is only going to put him into 4th position.
Could not control the weight for a final press out, and Zydrunas Savickas will finish with 7 repetitions. Take a look at that last attempt, Jamie. He just couldn't gather the weight.
No, you can see he gets up to his tricep, and he can't lock it out. And I think Zydrunas will be disappointed with that.
You still have 2 more events left. Do you think that you're going to do well enough in those 2 events to take the lead?
I hope will be good events for me, but of course all athletes very strong, and until we finish last event we do not know how it will be.
And is there pressure on you because you did win the last 2 years? Is that affecting you?
Yeah, of course I have pressure, but I don't think about it. I think about event.
Good stuff, thank you.
Through 4 events, Zydrunas Savickas well on his way to his 3rd consecutive victory at the Arnold Classic. Vasil Vedeschuk currently sitting 3 points back in 2nd spot. Glenn Ross and Brian Siders hot on the heels. The hammer of strength. Our athletes attempt to upend a giant hammer that's 18 feet long. Weight is added with every attempt. Each notch, the weight gets heavier and heavier.
Please welcome from Utah, Arizona, Van Hatfield.
So Van Hatfield, the first man out of the gate here in round 2, and was also the first man to complete the hammer of strength in round number 1. They've upped the weight, Jamie, by 100 pounds and moved the hammer up 1 tire. How much more difficult does 100 pounds become for these guys?
Well, when it gets near the vertical position, that 100 pounds will probably feel like around 200 to 300 on the shoulders. I think it's going to make a big difference here. Here goes Van Hatfield.
45 seconds on the clock for Hatfield. They've cut out 15 seconds for the competitors, so they've got to come out of the gate right away and come out of the gate flying, which is what Hatfield has done.
And he's flying, he's really attacking this hammer, Hatfield.
Only 2 ratchets left for Van Hatfield. Up to the last one, now he's got to push it further, and he does. Van Hatfield, oh my.
Terrific performance there from Hatfield.
I've got him in around 19 seconds, Jamie.
Yeah, you can see here on the replay from the whistle. He really attacks it and starts driving hard. Terrific performance there from Hatfield.
Van Hatfield has to be happy with that performance. He's with Tammy.
Van, your hamstring injury, how is that feeling during this event?
I didn't feel it at all. It was more on the shoulder. that hurt on the shoulder big time.
Really? And when you went in, you did it faster this time than the first time. What, was it a mental thing?
I think it's totally mental. That's the second time I've touched that thing, so definitely mental.
Impressive. Thank you.
One more. So Mark Philippi gets set to take on the Hammer of Strength in round 2. And Philippi, Jamie, had a very good first round.
He did indeed. He's getting psyched up now, sniffing the ammonia, getting his thoughts together. A lot of concentration here from Mark Philippi as he approaches the hammer, psyching himself up here. He knows this is a very important attempt here to stay in tune with the leaders.
Now you know Hatfield completed the hammer in about 19 seconds. Philippi having trouble. Gets it up. He's moving quickly now onto his third ratchet. 32 seconds on the clock.
Once again here, Philippi attacking this apparatus. Really driving in hard here. Just missed it then. He's trying to catch it quickly. Well done, Mark Philippi.
Very good job from Mark Philippi. They'll stop the clock at 19.3 seconds left. So Philippi will sit behind Van Hatfield. What an excellent effort from the UNLV strength and conditioning coach. He's with Tammy.
Mark, how would you train for this type of an event?
Maybe partial squats.
Yeah, because the top part, I mean, the
on or something.
And when you train, do you do a lot of squatting during your training?
Yeah, some.
You can tell.
As much as I used to. I'm getting old. So.
Good stuff. Thanks.
Well, Glenn Ross is really getting bottled up tight now. Making sure that belt's really smog against his back. Big smell of the salts for Glenn. Cleared his head. And then it's up to attack this hammer.
Come on! Ireland's Glenn Ross. The second go-round at the Hammer of Strength. Van Hatfield currently leading the way. Just over 19 seconds.
Well, Glenn Ross doing well here. He's 3 away from the top, and he's made no mistakes so far.
26 seconds left on the clock. Glenn Ross will stop the clock. An excellent effort from Glenn Ross.
Here you see Glenn, no mistakes so far. Squatting down deep. Big drive. And that's a success for Glenn Ross.
We have one more event left. How do you feel about, you've been doing so great so far, how do you feel about the Farmers Walk that's coming up?
It's just a great honour being involved in the Arnold, and I just feel that I've proved myself now to be one of the strongest men on the planet.
And this last event, you seem like you had done it a million times. Have you practiced this, the squatting from different levels?
Totally new event. I've had 3 workouts on a finger that I've got at home, but not to the weight that was. So I was very pleased with the result. And Van done an absolute fantastic time, so it was going to be tough to beat anyway.
Good job.
MHP's Arnold Classic. MHP setting new standards in sports nutrition. Also brought to you by IFSA Strongman.
During the first round of this event, we saw 2 major injuries. Hugo Girard, who injured his Achilles tendon, and I think it's torn, so I don't think he's going to be competing in the last event. And then there's Sven Carlson, who says he might have torn some fibers in his hip, on the outside of his hip, and he's not sure. He's going to see how it feels, so hopefully we see him compete in that last event.
So Vasil Bereschuk now steps up. Round 2 of Hammer of Strength for Bereschuk, and he was outstanding in round number 1, and you know, Jamie, he wants to put on a show right here.
Well, he knows after Hatfield's attempt, he's really got to attack it. He's slapping his thighs now to psych himself up. He knows this is very important. He's just going to gather his thoughts now. But Bereschuk's very explosive in the thighs. And he's really flying from the opening bell here.
Absolutely.
One little mistake.
Vereschuk with 3 ratchets to go, down to the final 2. 30 seconds left on the clock. Gets it up. He's going to try to push it right through, and does. That should be a lead time from Vasyl Vereschuk. Take a look at that again, Jamie. What a fabulous effort.
Yeah, he's driving in really hard here, using the thighs. All the stage is shaking. Vereschuk's really aggressive here, and he gets it up for a very fast time.
Yeah, you nod, okay? And then I start.
Savickas just concerned that the clock will start only when he's ready to go.
So here we go.
Stop the clock! No!
Now, they started the clock way too early for Zydrunas Savickas, and he doesn't know what's going on. They want to know.
I think there was a little bit of a language problem there for Zydrunas. There's a lot of noise here, and I don't think he heard the signal at the start signal at all.
When I say, okay, come in, you come in, stand here. When you're ready, you give me nod, okay, nod. And then I'll say go. But you first nod, me, go. Yeah, okay. Language problem. Yeah.
Well, that's got to be tough on Savickas, Jamie. He was all set, psyched and ready to go, and then had to put everything in neutral.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if it broke his concentration at all. Very cool customer, Savickas. He's going into position to start now. He nods to the referee, I'm ready, and he's off.
Savickas has to beat a time of 16.75 seconds set by America's Van Hatfield.
No mistakes so far. Slowing up a little bit now. He was trying to get 2 notches there on the ratchet.
And he does 2 notches at the end to stop the clock.
Oh, he's there. That's it.
You see on the replay here, he tries to go 2 notches, makes a little mistake there, and that's going to cost him dearly. I don't think he's going to beat Hatfield's time.
Well, the thing is, though, he can afford to give up a little bit of points to Van Hatfield. Maybe coming in second is not so bad to keep his overall lead.
Well, I think Vereschuk's got the drop on him. I think that's going to put Savickas into 3rd place, and Vereschuk takes a point back.
How much pressure does this put on you for the Farmers Walk, the last event?
I won twice the last event in past 2 years, and I feel comfortable before last event. In this event I was scared because last year I injured my foot, but now it's good.
Good stuff. So you're still expecting to take the lead with that last event?
Yeah.
All right, we look forward to watching you. Thank you.
After 5 events, Savickas still holds on to a lead over Vasyl Vereschuk. A 3-point margin. Glenn Ross at 34.5 sits in 3rd, with Brian Siders in 4th place. Welcome back to the 2005 MHP Arnold Classic. We have moved venues and are at Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Jamie, one more event to go, and it seems to be a 2-man race. Vasyl Vereschuk and Zydrunas Savickas. Can anybody stop Savickas?
Well, they don't seem to be able to at this moment. Doug is on a roll, but if anybody can catch him, Vereschuk can. This last event is a really hard event. 881 pounds up this ramp.
I was going to say a lot of guys, Jamie, have been battling injuries through the first 5 events. This event is going to be a strain on everyone.
Well, it's been a battlefield all the way through this, Doug. And I think if anybody's got anything left, this is going to really test the guys. This is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
We've already seen Hugo Girard eliminated due to a Achilles tendon injury. We've already seen Magnus Samuelsson pull out with injury as well. And a lot of guys are battling injury, but this is going to test them right to their fullest limits.
It is indeed, and with these 2 guys pulling out, it's going to make it harder now for Vereschuk to catch Savickas.
Let's get set for our final event. Kind of a unique event for most of these athletes. They haven't attacked something like this before.
Yeah, and it's so heavy, 886 pounds. It's very hard to balance, need a lot of stabilizing muscles, the back, the hips, the thighs.
Talk about the incline ramp and what that leads to as they progress up the ramp.
Well, it's going to play havoc with the Achilles tendons, the ankles. There's a lot of pressure on each foot, and Carl's away, and it looks like he's going steady. You can see the pressure there, making him shake, and he's down already.
Every time the competitors put down, it's that much more difficult to get a pace going and move along.
It is indeed, Doug, and the clock's ticking away. Remember, they've only got 1 minute to get to the top of this ramp. You can see Carl struggling with the balance a little bit. He's tipping forward. He's got to maybe grab the handles at the front so it leans back.
So, if they did not complete the walk within
Carl
30 seconds,
Gillingham
what
will
they're now
not
doing is
complete
marking the spot
the 865-pound Timberlake. What a job from Carl Gillingham to start things off here in Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Take a look at that one more time, Jamie. What a job by Gillingham.
Yeah, you can see it's just tilting forward a little bit. The strain really starting to tell, and it goes down. But that's a good showing from Carl Gillingham.
Jamie, here comes Van Hatfield, the second man out of the gate and the second straight American. He is currently America's strongest man, and this has been a tough show for Van.
It has indeed. It's been a baptism of fire for Van.
I just asked Phil,
but he's proved well worthy of the challenge. He's just choking up now. I'm sure he'd like to go out with a big bang here, Van Hatfield. It's a good event for him too. He's very athletic, as we've seen. Good grip, good back strength.
I think the nerves might have got the better of him in day one, but day two he's settled down, and he's put on a good show here in day two.
He has indeed. Like you said, he's settled down a lot. He seems a lot more relaxed now. And you can see the confidence coming through a little bit in Van's performance.
Hatfield won the Hammer of Strength event back at Expo Hall.
Well, that's an easy pick-up for Van. And he's down. He's got a re-choke now. The pickup doesn't look so hard for Van, it's just the mobility. That was definitely grip. His left hand gave way then and shot off.
You got to wonder if his poor hamstring health is going to have anything to do with this.
Yeah, it's got to be taking its toll now. This is the last event. It's been a tough last few days of competition.
30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Van Hatfield.
So Van Hatfield runs out of time as well.
I think the audience is starting to get the flavor of this event.
Take a look at that one more time. Hatfield just couldn't keep the balance of the apparatus.
Yeah, you can see he picks it up here, and remember this is 400 kilograms, 881 pounds, and you see his grip just gives way on his left hand, and it drops down.
Van, was that slippery on your hand?
Very slippery. I wasn't expecting that. It was very slippery. Hard to hang on to. Did we? Nice.
You guys did the same?
Yeah, exact same.
So you weren't expecting that slipperiness, but you're using the chalk. How about tape? Anything makes a difference?
Chalk definitely makes a difference, but that was pretty slippery. It was hard to hang on to.
All right, good job, Van.
Thank you.
You know, Jamie, you talk about moving up in the standings, and these guys have a lot on the line. $100,000 in prize money and a brand new Hummer H3. Mark Philippi looks to move up in the standings.
Well, Mark Philippi is one of these guys who will take it serious. He's a very proud guy. You can see him really choking up well here, making sure everything's right, all the preparation. He just took his smelling salts to clear his head, and away he goes.
Now, Mark's had some leg injuries in the past. Is that going to play a part?
It could do. This is definitely putting a lot of pressure on the legs, but Mark's going pretty well. He's starting to re-grip. He's got plenty of back strength to pick it up again, and I know Mark would love to get to the end of this ramp. He's been eating away at him since last year that he didn't get to the top.
Well, Philippi stops near the top, but not quite there. Mark Philippi with a great showing, representing his hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, with pride.
You see here, he sets off, drops, quick pick up again. It's down again, and that's the end of the road for Mark Philippi.
Mark Philippi with a solid effort, and he is now standing by with Tammy Tyson.
Mark, are you happy with that? You made it a lot further than the rest of the guys so far.
Yeah. I should have picked it up first and tried it, because second grip's always better than my first. for some reason, but it's heavy. After 5 events, it takes its toll on you. So.
Are you happy with all the events as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, you come, you do your best. It's a good show, and whatever happens, happens.
Thank you.
Jamie, we're down to the final 3 competitors on the final event, the Timberlift at 881 pounds. Big Daddy Glenn Ross steps up, and you know Glenn Ross will always bring the big show.
He does indeed. He loves this kind of challenge, Glenn Ross. It's not going to play havoc with his CV. This is just about brute strength again, and this is where Glenn Ross excels.
Ready before they start the clock.
The only question I feel with Glenn is his grit. If he can hold on to this, there's no question he can walk up this ramp.
Call him Big Daddy or call him Glenn. The clock has started.
Here's Big Daddy Glenn Ross. Got it moving, couple of steps out of the gate, and a quick foot down.
Well, as you see, the pickup's no problem for Big Glenn. The problem's walking. He's got very, very big thighs, Glenn.
Yeah, he's getting 1 step in, maybe 2 steps in, and those giant thighs of Glenn Ross are helping out to some extent, but he'll turn and walk away. Take a look at that one more time. A solid effort from Glenn Ross.
Yeah, you can see there's no problem picking it up, but walking with it's another matter for Glenn. He's trying to get up to 3rd spot, but try as he may, it wasn't his day.
So what was your favorite event during this Arnold Classic?
Every bit of it. It's a complete honor to be here. This is the world's strongest man of strongman sports. Pure power from start to finish. And it's been a real privilege. And I think I've just guaranteed a podium spot in my first time in the Arnolds. And hopefully I'll be back next year. And I've done this for my wife Yvonne and my son and my daughter. This is for you, so I love you all.
Aw, thank you.
Big Daddy Glenn Ross will finish, I believe, on the podium. And here comes our current world champion. This is Vasyl Vedeschuk, battling an injury to the left arm, Jamie, and we got to see if that plays a part.
Well, if anything's going to test that left arm, I'm sure this event will. Vasyl's really got to go for this. He's got to finish 4 points higher than Savickas, 4 places higher, 4 points the difference if he's got any chance of taking this title back to the Ukraine.
The world's strongest man competition. Some of the guys said he didn't smile for the whole 2 weeks until he won the contest.
Tremendous concentration from Vasyl Vedeschuk of the Ukraine.
Vasyl.
I've yet to find many competitors that can equal him in mental preparation and determination.
Oh, he's very meticulous. Everything's got to be right. You can see he's making sure with the grip, feeling it now and sitting in for the lift. And he's up. And he's doing well, but you saw that left bicep there. He gripped it again. He's looking at it.
It will not stop.
In other events, we've seen Vasyl excel at the Farmer's Walk, which is a similar event, but has its major differences.
It does. We don't have farmers' walks at this weight. Remember, this is at 881 pounds. Vasyl's having problems here. I think it's all over. You can hear him wince in pain again there. He's screaming with that bicep.
Strongman athletes and great athletes worldwide.
And I think this is going to bring the curtain down on Vasyl's challenge.
And he's just asking for a moment because I believe Vasyl may have injured himself a little bit further, but he still will step away from the apparatus. And that will seal it for Zydrunas Savickas. Savickas will win his 3rd consecutive Arnold's Strongest Man. Zydrunas Savickas. He's won the last 2 Arnold Classics and now will finish off the final event in his 3rd consecutive victory.
Well, last year when Savickas won, he was the only guy to take this timber to the top of the ramp. Let's see if he can do it again.
Here we go.
Down pretty early for Savickas. And down again.
Quick to the chalk again is Zydrunas.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to go out on a blaze of glory here, but he's struggling to pick it up and it's down. And he's starting to slide it. The referees are telling him he's got to pick it up. He can't slide. It's all over for Savickas.
Webster's not going to let any of that sliding slide, Clint. And this year, setting the record.
You see Savickas is trying to slide. He can't pick it up anymore. And the referees are telling him to take it back. And Savickas calls it a day.
How does it feel to take it 3 years in a row?
I'm happy.
Tighter shirt.
Were you expecting it? You think you kind of knew you were going to win?
Of course, when you won, you think about victory. And every time when you come to competition, you have only think about first place.
Definitely worked for you. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the winner of the strongman competition, the Arnold Strongest Man 2005, Zadrunas Zaviskas.
So let's hear it. What does it feel like to win again?
I am very happy, third time in a row, and I'm so happy.
Very good. How much training did you do?
I training very hard for this competition. I won again.
I know. How many hours did you train for this?
Every day 2-3 hours.
Every day 2-3 hours. And how much eating do you do? Be honest.
It's a lot of.
A lot of. Very good. I like your accent. Very nice. Very good. Give him a big hand for this great victory. Congratulations. Fantastic.
MHP's 2005 Arnold Classic is in the books, and once again, Zadrunas Savickas' third consecutive victory. Jamie, what a tremendous effort from start to finish.
Yeah, he did really well. You know, he really wanted this hat-trick of wins, and he's come good at the end. It was a good performance, maybe a bit of an anticlimax. Nobody made it to the top of the ramp, but Savickas, once again, did enough to win.
Some surprising notes as well. Brian Siders, one of the key guys, came through for the United States. A big, big showing for him.
Did indeed. Fantastic performance from Brian Siders. Glenn Ross too got up. He got a podium finish. Varashchuk, little injury, managed to hold on to second. But congratulations to the winner for the third time, Zadrunas Savickas.
$100,000 in prize money and the keys to a 2005 Hummer H3. For my partner, Jamie Reeves. For Tammy Tyson, I'm Doug Anderson. Thanks for joining us, and we'll hope to see you again real soon. Don't forget, visit us on the web at IFSAstrongman.com. This has been a Fox Sportsnet production in association with IFSA Strongman.